Morning everyone and welcome to the AM News. My name is Kimini Nyamani Amana and our headlines. President Mahama assures he is listening and shares in the disappointment and frustrations of Ghanaians. Also, articulated track falls on 5 vehicles at Swami roundabout in Kumasi. Ahead, also, senior citizens in the Upper West region sharply criticized the Savannah Accelerated Development Authority's tree planting and guinea fowl projects. Let's get into our first story now. Effective today, 2nd July 2014, subscribers of the National Health Insurance Scheme who enjoy healthcare services at mission hospitals will be made to pay cash. This follows the decision by the Christian Health Association of Ghana to withdraw its services to subscribers of the NHRS because managers of the scheme are indebted to mission hospitals in excess of 50 million cedis. There are 183 hospitals in the country which cater for about 42% of the healthcare needs of the people, especially those in deprived communities. And we will update you in our subsequent bulletins how this pans out. Well, sadly, 5 people have been injured in an accident that involved an articulated track and 5 other vehicles at the Swami roundabout in Kumasi. A taxi driver was trapped in one of the accident vehicles for close to 2 hours before rescuers were able to remove him from the wreckage. According to Donald Atodapetum, a journalist, the articulated truck, which was loaded with iron bars, fell on the 5 vehicles while initiating the curve on the roundabout. It took the intervention of 7 towing vehicles before the trapped taxi driver was rescued, according to Dapetum. The injured persons were rushed to the hospital and the accident occurred about midday on Tuesday. There's been a sharp increase in the price of foodstuff even before those items that are in season. Vegetables like cabbage, for instance, though in season, is selling at 400 Ghana cedis a bag, up from 120 cedis a month ago. Traders have blamed the situation on a number of factors, especially the recent fuel shortage.
Checks on the prices of foodstuffs in some markets in Accra revealed a hike in their prices, albeit in season. Vegetables are in season due to the rains, but their prices had increased. A bag of green pepper is now selling between 60 cedis to 70 cedis, while a single carrot now goes for 1 cedi.
It's a patrol, you have to patrol, saying Tinema Bedu Hana. I never quite have a company cabbage 1 bag per 4 million, 3.8. And to be banament man told wait to say beer 40,000 on top. And Sonisika, it's a man and a boy, I say to me, you're also a young faso.
The prices of tomatoes, garden eggs, and onions have, however, remained stable, with 4 of each selling at 1 cedi. Prices of tuber crops have also shot up, with the tuber of yam now selling between 5 and 10 cedis. A sack of cocoyam, which sold at 120 cedis, is now 150 cedis, while that of plantain is up to 100 from 80 cedis.
Obi ba koswa ene kai beba no obi enra ase esom ba Monday eso na mka omu nyantina no pen aso mo de nyama no beduye omo ba ye nso no enam say me fa say mankene no omo de my 1.2 a na ka mba na odwum ni so age 100 eso no mba 1.5 mba ni so age 100,000 ntina kwa 1.6 na say 300,000 kwa na ba be kan ho
ayen sa na wo ton ne sen
first no we no metin enum 4 cedi. And so first na ka metin 7 4 cedi. And so na mo ne bo na ye de be ma me 600 na de ma me 800 no. Nti se me some sesa na metin.
Commodities such as rice and oil have also seen price increases, with a small bag of rice now selling at 19 cedis from 16 cedis. A gallon of oil also sells at 24 cedis, up from 22 cedis, while a crate of eggs has also shot up from 9 cedis to 13 cedis.
First na 1 cedi, but I say about 13. And I Gino the so and the matum fine say 3 cedis. And I quarter size near 2 cedis. I was say I wanted to so kakra because you see, some to my offer. no ton because of my 2 months ton pe won so nya fa so kase e bi be se ni ade ade to be boka.
Although prices of commodities like fruits and some vegetables remain stable, the May inflation rate of 14.8% generally reflected on the market. Abigail Adamakonchi for Joy News.
Hopefully this consoles you. President John Mahama says he shares in the disappointment and frustrations of all Ghanaians in the wake of challenges facing the country. His comments come on the heels of mounting protests against current economic and social hardships in the country. In the latest of such protests, more than 300 aggrieved Ghanaians on Tuesday petitioned the president at the Flagstaff House to register their discontent with hard economic conditions in Ghana. The protest was dubbed Occupy Flagstaff House.
The day I took my oath of office, I officially became the person who had been entrusted with the leadership of this country. And on that day, I made a promise to work in partnership with you, the citizens of this country. I have not forgotten that promise, nor have I forgotten that one of the greatest virtues of leadership is the ability to listen. We have been met with several obstacles and challenges, some of which we have resolved, and others of which we are still working to find the ways and means to overcome. It is not enough for me to say that I share many of the same disappointments and frustrations that have been expressed, though I do. And it is not enough for me to say that I have every faith in government's ability to meet the goals we have set for the country once these difficult periods are behind us, and I do. What I will, however, say is that as citizens of Ghana, I want the same safety and stability for my children's future that all of us want for our children. My comments today will be brief. The time for talking is past. Our people are confident and have never been afraid to make their concerns known. And I want to assure the good citizens of our great nation, the farmers, the fishermen, the traders, the workers, the students, security personnel, and all concerned citizens that I'm listening and will continue to listen.
Meanwhile, most of the journalists who covered the Occupy Flagstaff House demonstration were not allowed access to the Flagstaff House for the presentation of the petition by the organizers. The Flagstaff House security justified their decision, citing security reasons.
The journalists were clearly unhappy about the decision to deny them entry into the Flagstaff House. This was after an initial group had been screened, albeit to be ushered into the premises. After making it through the first security post, however, their number was reduced to 6. Which meant that several reporters and especially camera technicians and photographers could not capture the presentation of the petition to government. This, for the journalists who had endured the rain and drudgery, was unfair. Not even the police officers escorting the team of organizers and journalists were spared the embarrassment.
Well, now, senior citizens in the Upper West region have sharply criticized the Savannah Accelerated Development Authority's tree planting and guinea fowl projects, asserting that they should be given food to eat. They also criticized government's decision to remove fertilizer subsidies, lamenting it will only affect food production in that region. Speaking at the Republic Day commemoration, they urged SADA to help provide subsidies rather than engage in what they call projects that will not satisfy their hunger immediately. Rafiq Salam's report from WA.
The senior citizens selected from the 11 districts of the Upper West region converged at the forecourts of the WA Presidential Lodge to celebrate the day, share their experience and provide answers to the country's development challenges. They spoke on a wide range of issues including education, agriculture and the Savannah Accelerated Development Authority.
The children suffer a lot. Right now, I think there are textbooks in the basic school, but most schools don't have the textbooks. I think it is good for the Minister of Education, and for that matter, the Ghana Training Service, to let the basic school children have textbooks for a longer period of time and learn, and that will imprint into their brains what they have learned. This is what I have.
A lot of us here, even may not be able to me, but as for the deprived, the poorest of the poor, get into these rural areas. Right now, some of them can hardly get a meal a day. And these are the people who feed this nation. So, in fact, just as he said, I would rather suggest that SADA, which has been here for so many years, should come in to subsidize this fertilizer for the farmers. Honestly, I think that SADA has not been grateful to this region.
Outgoing Upper West Regional Minister Bert Zidane commended the senior citizens for the role they played in building the country and challenged claims the country has made little progress since it became a republic.
It is an indictment on all those people who have been working for the development of this country since independence. But they have done nothing. They have done nothing. They have achieved nothing. So, if we go by that model, why do you celebrate you? It doesn't make sense to turn around and say that we are celebrating you for what you have contributed towards the national development. So I think that we have achieved a lot.
The Upper West Director of Action Aid Ghana, George Derry, whose outfit partnered the Upper West Regional Coordinating Council to organize the event, called on government to take the issues of pensioners seriously.
All people on pension have served this same government. So for some to be government pensioners and others Senate pensioners, I don't quite understand, because nobody served Senate. We all serve Ghana government. So I want us to share that name. We are all government pensioners.
The senior citizens were later treated to good music produced in the region, moving a good number of them to swing themselves to the admiration of all gathered. Rafiq Salam's reports from WA for Joy News.
Well, that'll be all from me for now on the AM News. My name is Kimini Nyamani Emmanuel. Bye.